Previously on Dual Destinies. I was there at the stage the entire time. I couldn't possibly have committed that crime. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you, Professor Blackwell. No, dude, I just figured it out, dude. He used the freaking Governor's banner. And that's why he burned it. Okay, so where were we? Well, there was a trace amount of blood on the school banner. And there must have been something else the killer used to soak up the blood. Oh, but that's where I would have figured it out if I hadn't done it just before then. Oh shit, I was right there. Right there. Take that! Why, it looks like there's some other piece of fabric on top of the school banner. Oh my gosh! It's the Governor's banner that had been specially made for the school concert. And it was unfortunately burned. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first. It could have easily absorbed most of the blood like a dishcloth. And only a small amount would have soaked through to the school banner below. Nice! So it makes total sense for the school banner to only have a little blood on it. Crap! He's like, how could you possibly figure that out? Well, just did, dude. So that banner absorbed the blood like a dishcloth. Yes, that would explain it. The Governor's banner was like a dishcloth. Surely it was at least towel quality. Well, it is the Governors we're talking about here. They're not exactly as famous as they once were. Simon, don't just stand there. Do something!
Silence.
I ain't doing shit. Yeah, you tell that asshole. He's just like silent. Sykes don't know you all were learning to wield a blade quite well. Thank you. But how will you respond when I come slashing at you like this? Whoosh. The remnant of a large bloodstain was detected in the art room. But why would there be blood there if the murder occurred on the stage, as you claim? Well, bloodstain in the art room was faked. How? I'll tell you how. All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs. And that something was a piece of evidence we've just finished discussing. The killer used this to bring the victim's blood up the art room. Up to the art room. The Governor's banner? Right? I guess? To think you'd stoop so low as to present mere garbage to this court. Garbage, that is. It's not garbage, dude, it's the Governor's banner. They're not totally gone yet. It's only garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator. I was about to say incubator there. The killer used the wire to bring the blood-soaked Governor's banner to the art room. Then the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. To complete the swipe. Oh, he is so dead. Oh my god. Order! This is quite a development. To think the body was never actually moved. So that's it then, it was just never moved. Hold it right there, the body must have been moved. How else do you explain that loud crash you heard during the mock trial? If it wasn't caused by the body crashing into the statues, then what was it? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. If that loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues, then what was it indeed? I think I know, actually. Something that was in the art room before the murder and then on the stage after. Yep. The object that was sent down the wire to crash into the statues was my butt. Yup. Present. My butt. My butt! Ah, that statue. Yes, I believe it was this statue that broke the other two and not Professor Court's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure-white Lady Justice from earlier. Professor Court accidentally broke it while she was polishing it the day before the mock trial. But she used her own unique artistic sense and technique to repair it, as you see here. And she turned it into Kefka. Yeah, I sure didn't.
Silence.
Perhaps you are onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrap-heap relic in such a tedious manner? Excellent question, Simon. Keep 'em coming. Well, you know why. But the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. Lady Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, Professor Means was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. If we consider the facts, then Lady Justice was moved in order to Hide the body. Professor Means was trying to hide the body. Oh no. I'm still trying to figure out, like, how... Because he must have hid it. Maybe under the stage? Yeah, I don't know why I said that. It's like, how do you use a statue to hide a body? Okay, let's stop being stupid here. We are down to our last thing. Of course, we've already seen that, like, there's no penalty at all for game over in here. It's all about telling the story at this point. He wanted to point us to the body as part of his ruse to make us think somebody else did it. That's the whole point here. Professor Means used his pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial. He wanted to make it look like he couldn't possibly have moved the body. Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi. Shoot. That's quite a persuasive argument. For a while there, I thought you weren't taking the trial seriously. Well done! No, I'm fine. I'm just a little nervous, that's all. You know, I mean, there are like two of us there. Ha 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 ha. You should never underestimate me, Athena Sykes. Professor Means always means what he says, and says what he means by all means. I actually read it that time. Fine then, say it already. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. The murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until late the next day. Countless students passed the state. Okay, so see, this is what I've been trying to figure out, though. It's like, why didn't anybody see it if it was there the whole time? So answer me this, why didn't anyone see the body the entire time? You know, the Earth should never spin that fast. We would all be dead if it did. That can be explained by, If the victim was murdered on the stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. And of course, there was nowhere to hide a body upon that stage. It's not good, Athena. Our claim is this close to being beaten to a pulp. In a vat of orange juice. I know, but we've come so far. Gahaha. Well, at this point, if we were to backpedal and say everything we said was wrong, then what is, you know, is it still possible to think that Juniper even did it? Consider yourself schooled. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone. The killer is none other than Juniper Woods. It always has been, and it always will be. Just wait a minute. Man, we're so dead. It's like we can't even... Poor Juniper. She must seriously regret having asked you to defend her. Dude. Don't be trying to come in between us like that. Alright. Oh, gee, that was like a punch to the gut, man. And to add insult to injury, you nearly had Hugh convicted for murder. Surely you haven't forgotten that little fiasco. Well, he brought that on himself, kind of, you know, he basically confessed. And we had to get him off. Oh. Not only did you fail to defend your client, you also raised false charges against her friend. You have no right to call yourself a lawyer. It's a way to twist it, man. No, though. Don't let him get to you, Athena. It's okay. We've done nothing wrong here. But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain? Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I? Don't tell me I've failed once again. Failed to save someone near and dear to me? Failed once again? Is this about him? That. Ugh. I think Apollo may need to take over here. Oh man. Oh no, I haven't seen that sprite before. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Oh my god, look at her. It's not working. Everything's going dark. After all I've done, is this how it ends? Uh-oh. You again? You leave Athena alone, man. She's the one who saved me. Haha. It was because of Athena that I could stop hiding and start living my life as a girl again. And she saved the friendship between you, Juniper, and I. And me. I think you're an awesome lawyer, Athena. One of the best. But I raised false charges against you. That's not all. I've done some seriously unforgivable things. It's the Earthbound ending, basically. What's the big deal? False charges are nothing to be scared of. And I'm not even mad at you. I should really be thanking you. You use legitimate means to expose my wrongdoings and give me a chance to re-examine what's important. But what does it matter if I can't save Juniper? I mean, the whole reason I've come so far is... It can't be! Because you have to win these cases to progress in the game, so... No. Even now at this very moment, I still believe in you. Judy. I know you better than most people, Athena. And I know you never surrender to the dark age of the law like the professor did. You know, someone mentioned in the comments, too, that, like, while most of the other games are about you believing in your client, a lot of this game is your clients believing in you. It's kind of a nice little twist on the typical formula, you know? Thank you, Junie. But I feel like I can barely breathe. I don't know what to do.
Silence!
Silence! Oh, man. Please support me and don't... Stop your bleating this instant. You look an utter fool. Prosecutor Blackwell? There is one who awaits you, is there not? And that is the reason you have studied so very hard. Are you prepared to give up on all you have worked for thus far? It would not do to have you disappoint you-know-who. Oh, boy. So, whatever that is... Okay, alright, so he... So, I get... Oh my god. Wow. So, I think maybe I was right, that Blackwell was involved with whatever this was that happened to her. But I don't think he was necessarily the perpetrator of whatever it was. But seeing him did remind her of it. Doesn't necessarily mean that he was the one who did whatever it was. And maybe that's where we're at here. Oh, man. Gahaha! You're wasting your time. You have nothing on me. No evidence or anything else to establish my guilt. So... You are helpless before the might of lawyers, for whom the ends justifies the means.
Objection!
Oh man, Apollo's had enough. Don't worry, Athena, you're doing fine. The truth will always win against... the truth will always wins against people like him. But Apollo, what am I supposed to do now? Listen, all you have to do is take a deep breath and look back over the entire case. If there's truth to be found, and there always is, you're sure to find it. Now let me see you smile. Remember what Mr. Wright said? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Boy, Mia, you've come a long way, girl. Well, shit. She's back! Professor Court wasn't killed in the art room. She was killed right where her body was found. We know because there wasn't any time to move the body there from somewhere else. That means the body had to have been hidden somewhere on stage until it was found. Let's think along those lines and see where it takes us. First up, when did Professor Means remove the body from its hiding place? Well, let's see. What was he doing right before the body was discovered? He was using the span of time his fake alibi created to move the body to where it would be more easily spotted. Therefore, the only time Professor Means could have removed the body from its hiding place is before the mock trial. Wait, what? What we found? Oh, that's right! Oh, he was lying about that. Shoot, 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 shoot. Oh my god, oh. You spend so much time thinking one thing is the truth, and then like a tenth of the time realizing it's something else. And then you go 2 days without playing, and you come back, you're more likely to remember that 90% of time where that was the truth, you know? It's like, that's why this is so weird. So it's actually during the mock trial then. It was during the mock trial, specifically during the speech. Professor Means moved the body to an easily seen location during his long pre-recorded speech. His long pre-recorded speech. The professor also moved something to the stage that wasn't there before, specifically the white statue. During the mock trial, Professor Means wrapped the White Lady Justice in the school banner and sent it zipping down to the stage with a crash. And that's how it got broken. I guess. But that still doesn't explain how she rebuilt it into that weird shape. Unless somebody took it apart and put it back together again the right way at some point. Like, there's just so much to remember, it's like really messing with my head right now. He drew attention to the body and made it look like the murder occurred in the art room. But was there anywhere to hide a body on that stage? Doesn't seem likely. No, there had to be someplace. Wait a second. How about something that should have been finished but was only mostly done? Oh my god, because he was the one who built it. Oh, of course. It's the Wright statue. He was hiding her inside the frickin' statue. And when he rebuilt the statue, he just built it right around her body. That is messed up. That's just like that case in Investigations 2 where the body was in the block of ice. And we thought it was like a statue. Oh man. I don't think it was in the statue. They just now he said it covered in cloth. Yeah, that's what an impressive feat that was. So he never finished the statue at all then, did he? No, his so-called work of art deserves none of our praise. That's because it was only a facade to hide his real work. The murder of Professor Court. Come again? I'm afraid I don't follow. He hid the body by making it look like the statue of Mr. Wright. With the body wrapped under a piece of cloth, it looked just like a statue. Uh-oh. I second that what? Would you like to third it? Now this is getting interesting. No, this is getting preposterous. How would such a thing even be possible? You're losing your mind, dude. We'll never know until we try. What, we gotta reenact it? I think I know where this is going. Okay, Paulo. Time to turn me into a reasonable likeness of Mr. Wright. You already are. Holy shit. I'm gonna pose like the statue like so. And now I want you to wrap me up in a cloth so I look like a statue. I hate to ask the obvious, but where am I supposed to get this magical cloth? No. Oh my god, are we gonna, like, bring one in? I'm afraid that isn't the right color, Mr. Justice. Is he using the judge's robe? Well, given how sudden the request was, it's kind of the best I could do, Your Honor. It's not like an American flag or something. Alright, I think that about does it. Well, what do you think, everyone? Do I look just like a statue of Mr. Wright or what? Looks like some random person to me. Weren't the statues a pair of busts? Phoenix Wright has that spiky hair on the back of his head. Forget the hair. The statue's head is way bigger than your average person's anyway. Gotta hand it to me for trying anyway. Wait, that's it. The hands. Well, I was kind of wondering... Oh, so that's why they were tied up. Her arms were raised over her head and there were dark bruises around her wrists. Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something. So that's how he made her point. I was wondering about that. The marks on her wristed to indicate that she'd been tied up. Damn. Typo City here. Apollo, tie me up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you? What? No. Besides, it was your idea. Just tell me how to tie your hands already. Professor Cord's wrists were tied together, and I can't help but think that's related. How should I arrange myself to match the shape I want, given her hands were tied? Okay, I just saved. Sorry about that. Well, I want to say in an objection pose, because that's the pose the statue was in, but tying her hands together wouldn't keep them in that pose. So when he found the body, it looked more like... wow. Okay, I'll just try an objection pose. Tie both my hands in an objection pose. You sure? What about the spiky hair on the back of the head? Oh, I know. The boss is right there. Go pull some out and you can glue it on. Oh my god. This just got goofy as hell. Okay, I'm on it. Objection! Wait, you're not serious. Ouch, ouch! What do you think you're doing, Apollo? I tried, Athena. I tried. I couldn't do it. Just don't be such a wimp. Oh, how unfortunate. And I was so looking forward to seeing where that was headed. Well, too bad. Juniper did it. Goodbye, y'all. I see no need to prolong this circus any further. The defense's case is insufficient to overturn the prosecution's claims. The court finds the defendant Juniper Woods guilty. Rewind. Rewind courtroom style. Nope. Everybody get back in here. Okay, so in that case, I guess behind my head would actually be... answer. Tie both of my hands behind my head. Oh my god, this is so kinky. See, this makes it possible to take the spikes on the back. Oh! Really? Wow. Sure, but then what about the statue's arm? You could use my boobs if they were bigger. With both arms behind your head, you can't exactly complete the pose. Yeah, it would be awfully hard to make the objection pose like this. Can't help thinking you've forgotten something, Athena. Is that why the arrow? The arrow is how he did it. Oh my god! What does the victim's body have that I don't? Boom! Alright, there was an arrow sticking out of her side. Okay, Apollo, take that and plunge it into my side. What, are you crazy? Fine, then go get some duct tape. Rapido, no! Alright, alright. I don't need to know other languages to know bossy when I hear it. Wow. Oh my god. It's sticking in her! Or, well, she's holding it. Okay, fine. Jeez. Oh my god. Wow. And then when you put the cloth over her... Wow. Mommy, the arm's too short. Shh, remember your inner voice, dear. Nobody's buying it. The arrow's nowhere near long enough. But... what else could you use for the arm? Still won't give up, eh? I must commend you, if only for your spirit and determination. Of course she's not giving up. After all she's put me through, she owes me an explanation. And one that makes sense, damn it! Oh damn, big points for this one. Now disappoint me again and the penalty will be doubly painful. Yikes, just better get it right this time. I was just at 1 HP 2 minutes ago, I think I can handle this. Professor Court was murdered when she stopped by the stage to see Professor Means. If it wasn't premeditated, he must have used something close at hand in his little ruse. Apollo, show me those stage setup photos again. Oh, okay. Oh my god, did he use his thing? He used his thing, didn't he? Got it. I know what he used for the arm on the statue of Mr. Wright. This is absurd. There is no such thing in this photo. Don't play dumb with me. So I had this arrow shoved into my stomach for nothing. Staff. This is the spear of great legal warrior. A great legal warrior. Whatever, just hurry up and lend it to me. Ouch. Jeez. The length is perfect. Mr. Wright couldn't possibly object to such an awesome arm. Okay, go for it, Apollo. Sure, I'll give your arm a hand. Cloth and blinding coming right up. Oh my god. Holy crap. Oh, there you go. Well, I think we just did it. It's Phoenix Wright. Look, it's the famous lawyer. That's definitely him. I'd know that pose anywhere. We did it. Didn't we? Ha ha! Well, am I not the spitting image of the legendary Phoenix Wright? The man who will bring us out of these dark ages and into an era of brilliant golden light. Golden light? All I see before me is crap. Is the pink specter of a man. Well, it doesn't look that different from him right now. That's just because Mr. Wright likes the statue. He's positively tickled pink. That joke deserves a pink slip. Oh my god. Don't let me get me, indeed. It seems the gallery is quite impressed with the defense's sharp thinking. And the witness? Bah! The resemblance is nothing more than a coincidence. Watch me appear before you. Not so fast there, Buster. Unfortunately for you, I can prove my theory to be more than mere coincidence. To prove that his spear was thrust into the victim, all I have to do is... see if the snapper spear. Examine the spear for prints. Well, of course they would have his prints on them. Test the spear for blood. See if it's a staff or spear. Okay, I did notice in the autopsy report it said that the... wait, let me see. I don't know if this is going to matter, but... because it seemed weird that they would say it, but it said no other visible damage but stab wound was very rough. Which kind of makes me think he probably just did it with a staff, because if he did it with a spear, it wouldn't be as rough as it would with a staff. So I'll try to test the spear for blood. We had assumed the victim's jagged wound came from the arrow being forcibly shoved in. But if the wound was from the spear instead, then we should be able to detect traces of the victim's blood on it. Your Honor, a brief recess if you will. By any means possible. What if I get rid of my spear? Wait, what if I burn it? What if you just accept that you're screwed, my man? Huh, what's wrong with a non-guilty verdict? That's what I'm saying. If I do that, I'll be found innocent. Yes, I'm innocent, I tell you. You're not the one on trial here. I mean, you will be, but... surely you don't expect us to take lectures from you now. Now I ask you in the gallery. Oh, help me decide the professor's fate. Haha, that was it. Bathroom detail. You know, in the bathroom. We take bar exam. Nope. 30% salary cut. Peanuts. Dismissal? Oh, this is so good. Is he writing guilty? Wow, okay, I've definitely never seen that. Whatever that breakdowns video was I watched all those years ago, I didn't see that in it. Prosecutor Blackwell, what has become of our witness Aristotle Means? It is as Sykes-Dono suspected, blood was detected on his staff. He has admitted to this heinous crime. All of it. So the whole time, it really was him. He shall join us in the clink tomorrow. His teaching skills can be put to good use there. Great. He'll teach felons that the end justifies the means. So much for rehabilitation. Nope, I think we should send him to Alcatraz. And let him fend for himself. Professor's motive? I could barely make out a word he said on account of his shattered teeth. One of Blackwell's fellow inmates was once a surgeon. Why not a former dentist, too? Oh, there's probably one of those, too. I eventually had him put pen to paper. It turns out Professor Means was the one taking bribes. The victim had suspected him after a report from the class snitch. That led her to question him at length the day of the killing, right there on that stage. The result? The heinous crime that was brought before this court. The fool, like Newman, had come to know of the script's contents via the victim's note. It seems he came up with a plan to stab the victim with her own awl in order to make the killing look like the one in the script and thus frame the defendant. Boy, that was seriously, like... But that scrap of paper with Hugh's name had the same mark as Professor Court's planner. Yes, about that. Those planners are bestowed upon all students graduating at the top of their class. Really? So then... Indeed. Once upon a time, Professor Means was also awarded the same notebook. The handwriting is being analyzed now, but like as not, the scrap belonged to him. This, too, was evidence of the bribery scheme that the victim had obtained. Know that Constant Court was clean, and that only Aristotle Means took the bribes. Oh, well, thank God. When I said that before, when I said take one goddamn guess, when Juniper told us, and then they said, oh, it was Professor Court taking the bribes, I was like, oh, shit. Because I thought right then that it was Means. But there's no way anybody could have guessed that, though, that it really was Means, that that paper was his. Oh, wow. To think a professor would murder a colleague and then try to pin it on a student. If this is the dark age of the law, then we can only hope that a brighter future awaits. And that we have the shades to wear for it. And the first step is to hand out my verdict for promising young lady. Promising young lady, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Let's wait for him to raise the hammer first. Yay, Judy. Ah, so happy. So fucking happy. He's even happy too, he's hiding it though. He doesn't want us to see the tears in his eyes. I wish you all the best on your road to becoming a courtroom judge. We will need young people like you, if we ever hope to restore the law to its former glory. Yes, Your Honor, I'll work as hard as I can. Maybe one day, I'll be able to work with all of you to make a difference. Proudly serve Professor Court's memory. Do not let her death be in vain. That's the last thing I expect to hear from him today. Well, he's been, like, kind of nice in this one. Oh, well, there you go. It is done. Man. Boy, that got crazy there at the end. I got lost. I'm still not sure I've pieced together all of that Lady Justice crap, but hey, you know. Thank you, Thena. I really mean it. Ha ha ha, it was nothing really. I can take the biggest tangled mess of a case and unravel it just like that. I don't know, you look pretty wound up there at the end, literally and figuratively. Well, she wasn't the only one. You look pretty hungry for a knuckle sandwich, Buster. I wanted to thank you too, Apollo. Don't mention it. The way you were always there for Thena when she was in a bind. And at the detention center, where your smile gave me hope when there was none. Oh my God, I shipped this. It was like the warm rays of the sun shining down on peaceful woodlands. Apparently she does too, she's stitching. I think you're an absolutely amazing person. Thanks, Juniper, that means a lot to me. But I still have lots of work to do. I can't wait until we see you on the judge's bench. Maybe you'll see me sooner than that, if you know what I mean. That's why till that day, I'll... Guys, I got some big news! I mean, this is huge. Oh man, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay. I think. So what's the big news? Where's gonna be a case for? Can you believe it? The school festival that was supposed to have been cancelled after what happened, but... it's not anymore. Oh, hey, Pinky. We just got a call. In memory of Professor Court, who worked so hard to make it happen. The festival is being extended 1 extra day till tomorrow. Really? All right, let's go. Everybody, let's go. Let's bring our Twinkies.
We've got a special treat for all of you. A love letter for Themis Legal Academy. Achtung, baby. It's time for the Guitar Serenade.
Man, this is the same song and everything. Oh, I forgot about that song. Themis Legal Academy. And now for the prologue, or is that the epilogue? I can never remember which is which. Wow, that was so much fun. I think we better add that to the what counter. School festivals are amazing. Tee, I think you and Robin are getting a little carried away. Ah, your singing voice, Juniper. It could melt my H-E-A-R-T. That's a 5-letter word. What am I doing? Mr. Wright, thank you for that training seminar. Ah, just remember, the objection pose is all about attitude. Oh, and congrats on your mock trial win. Although Robin had you for a while there. I did, didn't I? But I'm just glad we're back to how we used to be, thanks to Athena. And you know what? I think I'll stick with becoming a prosecutor after all. I'm gonna make up for my mock trial loss by winning the real deals in court. Mock trial loss? What loss? Wait, did they reprise the trial and Hugh won? Level-headed lawyer course, genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student. We'll go head-to-head in a mock trial. Well, they said something to the effect of Junie changed it so that the prosecution would lose, so... But I think they were, like, sort of improvising after a certain point, so it wasn't really planned for anybody to lose, was it? I don't know. Juniper. There's something I've been wanting to say to you. Sorry, I like Apollo. Oh, is he gonna do what I think he is? Juniper. Can we still be friends? You know, best friends, like we've always been? Huh? Best friends? Hugh, weren't you going to profess your love for Juniper if you won the mock trial? No, I was going to confess my friends, my feelings as a friend. That I'm not a genius, and that I'm really 25 years old. But you already dragged it out of me during the trial. Oops. Oopsie. Listen, Hugh, you too, Robin. Miriam. Miriam too? That's how they let her in. Miriam's got this tactical espionage action stuff down to a science. Miriam, you can remove the box now, for the love of God, man. It's up to us to put an end to the dark age of the law if we can. Let's all work together to usher in a new age where winning only results from the truth. And the end never justifies the means. Well, maybe sometimes, but count me in. I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, I'll take that as a yes. Or maybe it's Morse code. Best friends forever, huh? No matter what anyone says, nothing beats true friendship. It's goddamn right. You bet. What about your BFF, Apollo? Aren't you a bit old to be using that word? But yeah, he's the best friend a guy could have. Which reminds me, we're supposed to meet up and gossip about the new girl in the office. What? Oh. Wait, what? Huh? Well, if I had to describe him in one word... And so after some slight arm twisting, Apollo promised to bring me to meet his friend. Unfortunately, that promise was never meant to be fulfilled. For not long after, their friendship was mercilessly severed by fate. What? And the bonds between us began to fray and unravel as well. Even now, those words continue to ring in my ears. that Apollo's words? The discord in our ever-cheerful Apollo's voice made him sound so cold and distant. Ugh, why, Apollo? Why? Why would you leave us all behind? What happened? Oh my gosh. Okay, so the friend that was never going to be able to keep their was that... Who died in case 1? I know that case 4 and case 1 are, like, connected somehow. I'm not sure how. I think maybe it just happens after case 1 or something. Well, the only person who died in case 1, though, was a woman. I think he said it was a guy, his friend. But maybe... Unless Gavin is his friend? Please tell me Gavin doesn't get killed. Oh, jeez. I'm thinking too much. I think we just need to save and move on. So next time on next time on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, Case 4. Case 4 for realsies. In some ways, it's kind of like Case 5, actually, if you count the DLC case, but beside the point. See you guys later.